Welcome to Lake Compounds, America's oldest amusement park, established in 1846. Here's a list to show you all the stuff that happened after 1846. And back to Lake Compounds. Actually, wait. That's my uncle, and he happens to be a physics teacher. So, we're gonna learn some physics today. Let's go in the park.
Tighten before pulling down your lap bars. The last thing I need is you guys flying out of this ride. Pull the lap bars down when you're ready.
Roller coasters are pretty violent, so you want something to make sure you have stayed in the car. So there are different types of restraints you can use. Lap restraints, vest restraints, and over-the-shoulder restraints. Now all of these restrain the person in the car, but for this kind of coaster, lap restraints are the easiest one, because there's no upside downness and you're just sitting down in the car.
I want you guys to be the loudest group so far when I say
You may be wondering why this roller coaster has such a big lift hill. That's because roller coasters run on kinetic energy, and the way you get kinetic energy is by potential energy turning into kinetic energy. No energy is lost, energy is always conserved, it just turns into different kinds of energy. The way you get potential energy is you multiply gravity, which is about 9.81, times your height times your mass. So lift hill has to be really, really tall so you can get a lot of potential energy to transfer into kinetic energy so you can go super duper fast.
Timber! Oh, not yet. Timber in a second. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's a second. Of course, of course. Timber! Oh,
You may be wondering why this roller coaster has so many hills and bumps in this end section. That's because in order to kill the kinetic energy of you before you get to the station, because wooden roller coasters don't have a great peak, they need to be a lot of hills to get rid of the kinetic energy so that you can actually stop at the station.
yeah! Oh, God, that was rattly. Yeah! Oh, God, not quite. Is mine going up and down? Oh, it is. Mine is going up and down. There we go.
This is on.
Mine is going up and down, yeah.
Everything about a carousel runs on a wheel and axle system. Both the carousel itself turns on a wheel around a central axle in that center tower bit, and the cranks turn on the wheel and axle, which are then off, and the axle is offset so that when it turns one way, the horses go down, and when it turns the other way, the horses go up. In this way, the carousel manages to take the horses go up and down and still spin around using gear and tooth that bite into each other on 90-degree angles to transfer the rotations from horizontal to vertical.
Patty cake, patty cake, man. I don't know.
The Phobias coaster launches based on what's called a launch system. It uses either electromagnets, pneumatics, hydraulics, or linear motors to shoot the coaster up. From there, it rocks back and forth until it gains enough power to go all the way up, just barely cresting that top bit, to then shoot down. However, it doesn't have enough kinetic energy to go all the way up that gap again, so when it just hits it, it rocks back down and sends itself back into the station. Just like the carousel, the swings work on a wheel and axle mechanism. The center tower is once again the axle, and the swings are suspended from a wheel. However, unlike the carousel, the swings are not suspended through solid metal that doesn't move. They're suspended through chains that can swing very easily, meaning they are affected by centrifugal force. Now, what centrifugal force is basically the rule of swinging in a circle. For example, if you were to swing a bucket of water in a circle, the water's not going to fall out because centrifugal force makes it so that it wants to move outside. That's how centrifuges work. When you spin something in a circle, everything on the inside wants to move outwards. That's why the swings turn almost horizontal when they spin around. And like I was talking about before with the restraints, these are over-the-shoulder restraints because, well, you need them on a drop tower. The lap bars just are not sufficient at all. You'd think that drop towers would use pulleys and steel cables to pull the ride vehicles up and down. No, at least not this kind of drop tower. This is a pneumatic drop tower, which you can hear in the hiss that escapes when you're at the top. The way pneumatic drop towers work is they use compressed air to make a piston move up or down, which then moves the ride vehicle. Inside the drop tube, the lack of air creates a vacuum, and the pressure difference between the vacuum and the air tanks make the capsule go super fast. The air is then forced out quicker than usual, so that the ride vehicle drops faster than gravity, achieving terminal velocity, where you are moving so fast that there is no air resistance. However, the vehicle needs to stop somehow, and you may notice that when it does, it bounces a little. Not only is this really fun, but it works on the same pneumatic systems, pushing less air in and out so the vehicle rises or lowers less distance.
No. Timber! Woohoo! Right in face. That was great. Not even that way. It got everywhere on me except like my it went like all straight over my head and I just like I got